Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we're going to make some custom Christmas trees with matching ornaments. So the way these trees work is pretty straightforward. You have a sheet of MDF that's laser cut, and then you have a bottom part like this, and they literally just meet like this and they lock in, and you have your standing up Christmas tree. Now for the ornaments, you'll notice that there's a hole right here, and there's a hole in the head of both the angel and the snowman. And basically you just put a piece of string here and it holds them in place like this. Now the reason we used MDF for this project here is, one, it's very cost effective. Number two, it paints incredibly well. I use these things a lot for my custom tea lights. And the nice thing about MDF is you could spray paint it, you could paint it with a brush, whatever kind of paint you want to use, it just sticks to it incredibly well. And the nice thing about paint especially is that they now have like metallic paints, acrylic paints, there's a ton of different paint looks to them. And so if you want this Christmas tree to be all shiny and green, you could totally do it and you'd swear you were looking at metal. Or if you want, you could spray paint it like a nice glossy green if you wanted to. And it looks just like plastic. It's just amazing what you do with paint these days. Now for the laser cutting process, it's pretty straightforward. The nesting has to be pretty tight. So there's no point in cutting, let's say, a whole sheet of this stuff here and a whole sheet of this, when you can actually mix and match them. And if you notice that, traditionally what you do when you produce production lines, you try to mix everything together. So like for instance, this would fit here, and this would fit here, and you're not wasting a lot of material. So what you're left with is not that much scrap, and that's perfect for keeping things very cost effective and efficient and lean for the customer. Now when it comes to making custom Christmas ornaments, we could literally do them out of any material that you could ever imagine, and literally almost any design works with Christmas ornaments, which is pretty cool. Now something to keep in mind is for the design of, let's say, Christmas trees like this here, you do want to, it's a lot more efficient to produce support material at the same time as you're producing the item. So it's something to keep in mind. So if you're going to put this on a wall, you don't necessarily need this cutout here and this support here to fit together, because it's going to go flat onto something. But if you want, let's say, a full-size Christmas tree made by CNCKing.com using, I don't know, 3/16 stainless steel that's 1/2 inch thick, we can do that for you. But you want to keep in mind that the design aesthetic of it should still be relatively clean and easy looking. There's no point doing something like this here that's full of holes that just falls apart on itself. So definitely when you're making larger items or small things like this here, less is actually more. It comes out a lot nicer. I have had some customers send some designs over Christmas ornaments that are just full of cutouts and a bunch of stuff in it, and it just doesn't work very well for some reason. Another thing to keep in mind is also price. So cutting out these stars, for instance, not only makes the tree look a lot nicer, but it also is more cost effective than actually laser engraving out the stars. So again, something to keep in mind. And as for budget and that kind of stuff, MDF is really hard to beat. Any other material, even if it's plywood, will cost more money for the material and the cutting of it as well. So if you're looking for custom ornaments, any shape, any size, any material, any design, contact me at CNCKing.com and we'll make them for you.